is up, guys? Digger Jim here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Heroes Con. Heroes Con. I was there last weekend. It was a blast. I've been about 4 years, 5 years straight. And yeah, I have enjoyed it every time. This one was a little different. I didn't really have any set goals like last year. Last year it was all about getting that guy, the Iron Man 1. So I budgeted for it, and I did I just had goals. There were certain books I wanted. This year I didn't have any certain books that I had to have. I'm always on the hunt for Space Ghost 1. They just didn't have any out there, raw or graded, that I was willing to pay any money for. I didn't see any raw ones at all. But so this year I kind of went a little different way, did a lot of commission sketches from different artists. This is going to be a two-part video. I'm going to show you everything that I bought, even though I didn't really have any goals on buying certain things. And then in the other video, I'm just going to highlight the artists that I got commission sketches from. So let's get right into it. Here's the convention book. Rob Fat Stacks of Comics would love this cover. Bubble helmet. Got the bubble head people. So yeah, and they already promote next year. They're like, hey, just remember, we're going to be here next year at this date. So yeah, it's a good convention book. If you ever get down there, remember to grab one of these. It's such a massively huge con. I'm going to try to drop in some footage if I can get it to work of just like me going down the escalator and showing you that I didn't do a lot of filming, guys, on the con floor. Really none. I mean, I was there to enjoy myself. I'm a terrible YouTuber, but I will show you everything that I found. Here's con day 2. Let's see what we can find. Book hunting, slab hunting, all the huntings we can do. We're going to do it right here. See what we can find. Guys, this place is massive. I mean, we're going to check on our art, see what we have. We have some commissions out there, so let's see. First up, this was from Ultimate Comics. Now, when this piece came out, I don't know where I was, but I missed this. They said it was their store exclusive. I haven't opened it up to look on the back, but that's what the guy said. I managed to, I'm not paying the price they put up there, so I got him down about 20 bucks. But it's a negative space. We got to start out with a negative space. And that Elektra just looked fire. Fire. This is not a John Tyler Christopher, I don't believe. This is somebody else. I'll have to look it up. But that was one of the first books I bought. This one is a key. I can't remember if it's right before Kyle Rayner. I think it's, yeah, right before Kyle Rayner. Green Lantern 48. Green Lantern's pretty much wigging out because he lost Coast City. But this was really inexpensive, so I said, you know what? I told my brother I'm gonna pick that one up. Next booth I went to was our guys at Comics Curing Cancer, 1766. They had a booth going on there, so I had to go over there. We go and support our guys at Comics Curing Cancer all the time, so I picked up some different. They're all the art books, but they're different covers. This is the Bart Sears. That's pretty cool. X-O Manowar, Turok. This is, I think her name is Stephanie Labon. That's a beautiful Batwoman. I knew I was going for that one. Now these two are still available. This next one is done by Matt Wilson. No more available. They sold out of this. Look at that. Woo! I went over there and I got Matt Wilson. I went to his booth and got it signed. He stuck the COA on there. Even though I didn't ask him, he said, that's cool, I'm going to do it anyway. Also, while I was over there, I'm a Godzilla fan, and he had done this cover, so I said, huh, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. That's cool. That's a cool Godzilla cover. And he did a little COA thing. Oh, and when I was buying these, DJ Lynx was like, "Here, we're throwing this one in with it." Yeah, baby. Witchblade. She's got, covering up the bits, but it's a beautiful piece. So yeah, that's what I got from the C3 guys, which, we're gonna always support them in everything we do. I went around. I wasn't going for any specific people. Well, that's not true. I was going to get some specific books signed by specific artists, and I wanted to just have some in the collection. I knew I had this Firestorm. This Firestorm is red. It's got spine ticks. I don't care. But it's a dope cover, and Al Milgrom signed it. I love the placement where he put his signature. I thought that was great. So I had to have that. Now, the next one, where'd it go? Yeah. The next one I definitely wanted to get signed. I've been wanting to get this signed for like 2 years. This might be my favorite David Finch cover ever. That Moon Knight is just phenomenal. I wish I had like a Virgin cover of it. So yeah, he signed that. I gave him a wheat penny, and we talked about that for a little bit, and that was fun. He was kind of like, well, "What's the coolest thing you've ever found?" I'm like, "That's kind of hard to say. It's like, what's the coolest thing you've ever drawn?" It's just, it's all subjective. This next one, I should have taken this out of I took it out of the bag and board for him to sign, and then I showed him what was on the bag that it came in. This was actually my brother had this, and he said, I'm not worried about getting it signed. And I just fell in love with it and was like, well, he's here. I'm going to get it signed. And it's a Jay Lee Red Sonja. And he's the premium artist cover. And he said, man, I wish I could take that sticker off. I'd put it on my shirt. I said, everybody knows you're a premium artist, bro. You don't need to do that. The next one up, this is the artist that I grew up with in DC. Jose Garcia Lopez, and he's done a lot of different books and a lot of different covers. This DC Comics Presents had to have that, and he signed it right there. That was phenomenal. And then he did this 4-part Deadman series, which I fell in love with. They're just beautiful. The story's pretty good, but it's just the covers on these are phenomenal. And he signed that. That's a beautiful Deadman cover. And I said, you know what? We're just going to get them all signed. He does really good placement as well. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. And then this one is really awesome as well. Look at all that color. So yeah, those were all the books that I got. I got signed by different artists and whatnot. Now there was one person that I had seen on Chonko Comics' channel when they are a Big Nasty and Chonko, I think, were interviewing her, and her name was Suspiria. She was there for the first time, so I found her little booth, and I said, you know what, I'm going to support her as well, because it was her first time at Heroes Con. So I got this beautiful Fangers book, which I'm going to break out and read, even though I'm not a huge horror guy, but I thought this was an amazing cover, and she signed it up there, and hopefully you'll be able to see a picture. I got a picture taken with her because I wanted to support her. Really, I just wanted to rub it in Chonko's face. But I wanted to support her as well because when you're not a mainstream artist or you're not a mainstream book person, you need to support these independent creators as well, and it's important to do that. Now, here are some of the. Now, this is the last couple years I have sent books in to get graded while at the con. and they raised the prices this year, so this is be the last year I do it. I'm not doing it again. It's just too expensive. It's not worth it. I don't have anything that I have to have graded. I can just send it in myself from here. But here are the two books that I got graded, and I was hoping this would be a 9.8, but it's very hard to get this book, I guess, in a 9.8 because I don't know, they hate giving them out. It's a 9.6, but it's a Negative Space Magic cover, which I absolutely loved. So I did get that one graded, and then I got this one graded. It did come back as a 9.8. Now this was I had to go and find this at a online store because it wasn't at John Tyler Christopher's actual website. I think he only had it at like C2E2 because I never saw it again and I had to have it. So I went to the online store that happened to have a copy and I bought it. And I wasn't sure because you never know if it's going to get a 9.8 or anything, but it did. So I was very happy about that. And then my brother got a book, some obscure DC book that he wanted. So we're going to let him show that. Keeping with the Green Lantern theme, this is issue 49, the next issue after the one I just showed you. I found this cheap in a 9.6, and I love it. It's all the rings. I think I have a poster somewhere or a print up here somewhere that matches it. So I'm going to pull that down and see if I can find it. Actually, what I did was I bundled that one and this one together and got it. It was a lot more inexpensive. Am I going to keep this one? For now, I would have liked it in a little bit higher grade, but it's a Mr. Miracle 1. So, yeah. If I decide I get one in a higher grade, maybe this one will go to C3 as a donation. But for now, this is the last thing I'm going to show you is the steal that I mean, this was, to me, this was a steal. And maybe I'm overreacting, but even John was like, this seems pretty inexpensive. This was a CGC Signature Series book that I found at one of the booths, and what they did was they had a post-it note on it with the dollar amount, and I think somebody might have switched it. I don't know, but I asked 20. I asked what I asked like $40 less or so, and it's Green Lantern Green Arrow #1, signed by Neal Adams. And I went over to the guy and I said, you know, would you do 40 less? And he looked, or he talked to another guy, and they said, yeah, that's fine. Uh, yeah, this was. I'm gonna have to look this up because I feel like this was a steal. Um, and it's cool. Neal Adams cover. Come on, and it's got his signature. I don't have a lot of signed books, signed slabs, but you can't get any more Neal Adams signed slabs. You know, so you have to get them where you can find them, and that was where I found them. Let's see, what else can we talk about real quick? This con was huge. If you guys have never been to it, it's probably one of the best cons on the East Coast, without a doubt. I love my Baltimore con, but it's really confined as far as space goes, and this area, or this con, is spread out wide and gives it a lot of room to maneuver out. Was I tired at the end of the day? Yes. My digits were sore because you're walking on concrete for hours on end. But when you're in the con, you know, you're just thinking about where you want to go and what you want to do. I saw a lot of other people from the comic community there. That was always fun to hang out with them. I got to hang out with Brian a little bit, Brian LCS. Dave, I was on Dave Still Only 35 Cents channel on a Saturday, and we showed some stuff that we had gotten. So it's always fun being with the community, and you know, hopefully I'll get another chance to go back next year. I don't know. We might be going into a bigger trip, so we'll see. But that's what I got for the first part. Stay tuned for part 2, which is going to spotlight the art that I bought. So thanks for watching, and keep digging.